Subscribe to Faye Bay.
Alright, y'all, so this is how my hair started off, and this is going to be the 2-braid installation without any pressing of my hair. I did use a blow dryer, and most people would separate their hair into 4 parts and blow dry it, but y'all, I'm lazy, so I'm just blow drying my whole head, and then after I part it into 2 sections, I'm going to blow dry each of those both sections for my 2 braids. And y'all, I was just excited to see how much my hair had grown, but now I'm just parting it down the middle and blow drying like I just said. Alright, so you're just going to blow dry it in the direction that you want the braid to go. You see how I'm blow drying it down? And I'm going to do that on both sides, like the overhead of the braid and the underhead of the braid, like right here. And watch this, I just hit myself in the face. Anyways, y'all, I be getting mad about stuff that I'm doing to myself, but anyways, you're just going to keep blow drying it to make sure the hair is going in the direction that you want it to go to. And then you're going to take your comb and you're going to part the section where you want your braid to be, like literally where you want the braid to lay out at. You're going to part your hair right there, like exactly where you want the braid at. You're going to part your hair right there. You're going to put the excess top part up, and then you're going to take your edges out. Of course, like, I can't do nothing without no edges. I don't care. I'm not going to be walking around with my big old forehead. My forehead do the dome. Like, what? That's a whole semicircle. But anyways, let me stop. So you're just going to take your shining gem and your edge effect, but you're not going to use both for each part. You're going to use your shining gem and your edge effect for the bottom part. And then when you go up to the top, you're going to part it off by sections and just apply shining gem. And then when you get to the last part at the top, you're going to use edge effect and shining gem. So basically, when you're at the top of the part where you're done, you're going to use both. But when you're just trying to smooth out all the hair, like right here, you're just going to use the shining gem. And y'all already know I had to show off the pics because people be coming for me talking about I'm hairy. Which in reality, y'all, I don't care if I have hair or not, like, honestly. But sometimes I just don't want to be like wearing sleeveless shirts with my armpit hair out and stuff like that. Not because I care what other people think, but mostly because I feel like when you have like a lot of hair down there, it be like holding more like older, and like you can get musty easier with that hair. I don't know. But that's besides the point. We're not even talking about that. We're supposed to be doing hair. So right now I'm just putting shining gem on each part, and I'm making sure I'm applying a generous amount. You feel what I'm saying? We don't want no messed up braids. We want these sleek, you feel me? So now is where I'm adding the shining gem and the edge effect, if you get what I'm saying. I split the braid into 2 parts, the above the braid and below the braid. And the part was the braid. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I parted it where I wanted the braid at. Now I'm just going in with my comb and I'm just smoothing it out and making sure it's detangled. Which, I mean, y'all, just comb it. To start the braid, you're going to just part off a small triangle in the front, and you're just going to start cornrowing to the back. And y'all, you don't have to add hair from the jump, but I'm going to show you how to add hair. You can add the hair wherever you want to add hair, wherever you feel like it's needed. I probably added it like into the middle of my braid just to give it more like structure. But honestly, you can add the hair in wherever you want to, but you're just going to start cornrowing. If you guys want a tutorial for a cornrow or like regular braids, just comment down below and I got you. I will definitely give you a tutorial if you guys want one. But basically, as I'm going back, I did use the comb to part off like what I wanted to add on to the braid. I just feel like it gave it more sleekness and stuff like that as you're going back through the braid. And also, I just like stitches. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I just like stitch braids. So I would rather this look like more of a stitch braid than just, a regular cornrow. I feel like that looks way better than just a regular cornrow. So as I'm going back, I'm just going to keep braiding and keep parting off more stuff to add. And just make sure you're gripping your hair. Yeah, if it gets too thick, you can start using the tail of the comb instead of just the top part. But honestly, I'm just braiding it back. Y'all, if you see these flies, I don't know, bruh. I really don't know why they in my room. I don't bring no food. I don't even be at home. So I don't know why they just there. Probably because I don't be there. I'm not there to kill them. I don't know. But y'all, I'm finna show you how to add the hair. So you're just going to take it at the little curve and add it in just like that. But you're not going to add in both sides. You're going to leave the other side hanging out. And when you come back to that side, you're going to pick it right back up. So now I'm just adding like my own hair as I'm going back through the braid. And when I get back to that side, I'm going to pick my hair up and I'm going to pick the extra piece of hair up when I get back to that side. And I'm going to show you how to do it more than once, just so you guys know. But now I'm just grabbing my hair. You see my strand of hair. That hair is still hanging out. I'm going to add my hair and then I'm going to pull that piece right back into the section that I have in my hand. So two strands of my braid will have hair added and one of them will not. So that's why when I add hair, I'm just going to keep adding it on the same side rather than adding it on the other side. I really didn't show you guys how to separate the hair, but as you go back in the braid, you should be adding more and more thicker pieces of hair. I know this piece that I'm adding is thinner, but y'all, it's just because I know my hair is thick as heck, and I wasn't trying to do too much, but you see what I'm saying? You have to make sure it blends. I know my hair is a little bit shorter than it used to be, so with me going back in the braid, I know my hair starts to get a little thinner when my hair like ends. So that's where I'm going to be adding more thicker pieces of hair. And really, you just have to know your hair. But honestly, it's really a uniform way you could do it. Like, it really doesn't matter as long as you're adding the hair, going back, gripping it, and making sure you're just making the braid more secure instead of just rushing through it and taking your time. You should be good. And y'all, I'm adding gel too as I'm going back. Well, I wasn't doing it in the front, but in the back, I know my hair is way thicker. And as you can see, the piece I just added was a lot thicker than the pieces I've been adding. So as you go back further, you should be adding thicker pieces of hair, and especially around the end where the end of the braid comes off the scalp, you should be adding larger pieces of hair. But in the back where the braid comes off the scalp, you don't have to leave the one side out when feeding in hair. You just add it in and braid down like you see me do those two times and this time right here. Y'all, I wanted these floor length, and I'm gonna be real, I only had the 27 and the 613 to go with my hair, and I really didn't want like a black braid. So this was the color scheme that I went with the 27 at the top and the 613 at the end. And I wanted these to touch the flow. Like, I don't know, like put it on the flow like Lotto said. Put it on the flow. You feel what I'm saying? Put that on the flow. But anyways, when you get done, you could just add more Shining Gem and just comb it down a little bit. Make sure you push any flyaways. I didn't really have any, but I just do this stuff just in case, really just to make sure my braids last longer. And you're just gonna do the same braid on the other side. You feel me? Duh, it's two braids. Let me stop. I'm just playing. But yeah, you see how sleek this braid is? No flat iron whatsoever. And that is crazy. So yeah, just do the same thing to the other side. Now I'm gonna show you how I did my edges, and basically I just took my small flat iron, curled them, and y'all, I'm not left-handed, so it kind of looked like the other braid is a little over, but whatever. Anyways, I cut my hair because I can. I might perm my edges, honestly, because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of them curling up and stuff like that. But anyways, I just curled them with a little flat iron. You feel what I'm saying? Gave it a little swoop and called it a day. Then I put on my lashes, and you gonna see, like, yeah. But a lot of people ask me a lot of times, what do I use for my edges? And it really just depends. Sometimes I use spritz, or most of the time I use the black got to be tube of gel, and that works really good. Or you could use both, honestly, but that's for me. I know people with thicker edges, I suggest they use edge effect, the same thing I'm using for my braids. I suggest they use that for their edges, but my edges are a little bit thinner. They're not as imaginable, whatever. They're not as tangled or nothing. They don't tangle for real. My edges be real, like, easily to tangle. But yeah, you see me, I got the old tube of ultra glue. You feel me? Anyways, we just gonna swoop them down and keep it pushing. And I'm gonna apply my lashes, and that's really it. You just gonna do the same thing on both sides. It's a symmetrical hairstyle. You just do one side and then do the other. And I hope you guys' braids come out good. Tag me if you do decide to do the hairstyle. Tag me on Instagram at fay.ave. And yeah, I love seeing what you guys do with my tutorials and stuff like that, because honestly, I just want to help you guys learn how to do your own hair, because I be scrolling on TikTok and I be seeing y'all be having all these horror stories and stuff. And to be real, y'all want to have no problem if you book with me, but I know, first of all, I'm not going to work every day. And second of all, I'm not everywhere. I can't live everywhere. I do hair in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't do hair in Savannah or Florida or all these other places. So I know I can't be everywhere at once. So I hope you guys learn how to do this, took this tutorial, and really did your hair and tag me. You feel me? And y'all, I was feeling myself start twerking. But now I just took the kettle, put some water in it, and y'all, my hands are very, like, they numb to the BS. Like, I could touch that water and it wouldn't hurt me. I'm gonna be real. I didn't seen a lot and felt a lot. But anyways, that's besides the point. I'm just dipping the braid. I just dip the whole braid. If you have thicker braids, if you want these thick AF, I don't suggest you dip the whole thing, because thick braids be having a lot of flaws. But regardless, I just dipped the whole braid, and that was really that. Just make sure when you're working with cheaper hair, like free tress or like expression hair. Well, I'm saying cheaper, but that's the hair. When you're working with that type of hair, you're just gonna dip it fast for the ends, like flash it in the water. Don't just leave it in the water, because that's how people be having them nappy ends on their braids. So yeah, I'm giving you tips and tricks. You feel me? Straight like that. Flash it in the water like you see me doing right now. Yeah, after I get done with my hair, I be feeling myself. I ain't gonna lie to you. You see me lip singing, getting all in the camera, but yeah, you just gonna dry it off. And that's really the whole hairstyle. You can spray it with some got to be and some oil sheen. That's what I like to do when I finish with my clients, but I don't do that on myself, because who got time for that, baby? I'm a bad bee now. I don't need, you see me? Like, anyways, this is the finished product. Please like, comment, and subscribe for me. You know what I'm saying? Tell me if you guys need additional tutorials on any other styles or anything else. And thank you for the love and support.